Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to the Cardscapes channel.
Welcome.
So today we have a fun stream for you, and it's actually, it fits to the time where one cannot travel a lot, and we said, okay, let's do some digital traveling, and let's take Google Maps, and let's just throw ourselves somewhere on the street view and draw what we see.
Yeah.
And so what are we gonna use as a drawing technique today?
Today we're gonna be using thumbnails, which is a small technique where you just draw squares and then you fill those squares with some small scribbles. These are usually the sketches with easy lines. And with this exercise, we practice how to get the right composition, what's important for us, how do we construct a sketch that we're gonna draw later on. So these are some sort of, it's like, how would you say? It's like a test to just think about it. It's your first note of the space, the surrounding, what's important, what not. And that's also very good because then you can also reduce the, visual trash or the things that are not so important in the environment. And you also practice how to be fast.
And you might have heard a lot of artists using these thumbnail sketches, right? They have their notebooks, they fill them. Maybe you already use them. It would be interesting to hear. Is it your first time that you hear about thumbnail sketches? Or do you also use them? And they help you, like, let's say, test ideas before you want to make them big. I think you use it quite a lot in your sketches as well when you're doing these. There's like a sketchbook.
It's not this one. I put it back.
You put it back, but there are some. There are always. What I like about your sketchbooks is there are always some nice small thumbnails to be seen. For example, here. You see the Sonia sketchbooks, and then they're full of these small notes, and then you always find somewhere some small thumbnails, and I really, really like that about them.
Yeah, this is also how I explain other students how some things are constructed. So this is very practical, especially if you sometimes when we're having inner dialogues, you can't see so many informations, and then when you just speak it out loud, usually you can also clear your mind. And for example, those kind of thumbnails, these thumbnails help a lot while doing this. This is in German, probably also some mistakes in writing, but who cares? I mean, this is just, it's basically for me and now for you and for those who speak German, for someone that can laugh just a bit. But just a bit.
Just a bit. It's like our English, You may laugh, but just a bit. Just when we laugh about our own English.
Then you can laugh as well, yeah. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, I found this very helpful, and it helps me clear my mind and also be very concrete about the things that I would like to sketch.
So how is this going to work today? First of all, I will actually ask you how you are doing and where you are tuning in from today. Like, where are you from? I know for some of you already where you're from. Some of you already said, and it's great to see you here again. Arun, we have Dom Pedro, we have Anne here, Pamela from Jakarta. Already, you wrote it. We have Zoe here, Marie-Louise, we have Maria, Kim Huang, we have Louis again, Pam, Lena, I know Lena, also Sweden, right? Because you people have been saying where you're from before, Michelle. So thanks a lot for tuning in. And right at the beginning, we'll send out a card, Sonia.
Oh, wow.
We'll send out a card because 4 people have already donated something.
Thank you for your support. That means a lot. At the beginning of the live stream, I mean, what can be better to just see that you appreciate our work? Thank you for joining us again for this live stream. We are very excited to have you here.
Yeah. So thank you, Anne, Michelle, Marie, Louis. Really appreciate it. Okay, so like I said, I'm interested where you're from today because we will actually take Google Earth and you can give us ideas where in Google Earth should we go, and we'll draw that together with the thumbnail sketches that Sonia explained. So we have tuning in from Bosnia, tuning in from Philippines, Seattle, cool and gray, from the Netherlands, Samantha from South Africa, from Brazil, and we have someone from Germany, Galaxy Dave, Calgary, all right, India, from Lithuania, San Diego, California, Colorado, Southern Gulf Islands, Canada, wow, interesting, and Washington, D.C. And we are tuning in from Berlin, Germany, so hello everyone from Berlin.
Yeah. Well, what can I say? Hello again.
Yeah.
From Berlin.
It's a cool place.
To be.
You should visit. Not right now, but like when you get a chance.
It's extremely lonely right now. I think this city is so empty. I can't believe it.
Yeah. We're just the locals.
Yeah, just the locals. And now you can even say hello to other Berliners and they will just say back hi or something because they know you're local.
Yeah, it's a special feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably you're experiencing the same. So, okay, I would suggest that we start off.
Okay.
So, yeah, Sonia is going to be the first one drawing with you. So we can already show you, you can divide your page into small, like say small frames, right? So how big should they be? What is your feeling?
So those thumbnails need to be relatively small. So I would say if you put 2 or 3, it depends how big are your fingers, but it should not be more than 3 fingers. And then like here, 5 fingers or something.
It's called a thumbnail, right?
Yeah,
so should be like...
For a thumb.
For a thumb, there we go. A thumb.
A thumb, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but relatively small. Imagine like you're having these Polaroid small photos or something.
Yeah.
You know, it should be something that you could practically put in your pocket, or if you're using an A5, I could easily squeeze 9 of those small thumbnails.
Yeah, you even do smaller ones.
Yeah. I do a bit bigger than this size, and that's okay, because it's really, as you can see here, we're gonna draw whatever we're gonna do. We're gonna do it black and white, high contrast, and as less lines as possible. All
right, let's dive to it.
Okay.
So I suggest we start one from Berlin, huh?
Well, I thought you will suggest that.
But you don't, you know?
Yeah, let's just start. I mean, we have here so many nice examples, but...
Okay, then let's do it like this. People give us suggestions now. So now you give us suggestions, and we will dive to Google Maps.
Maybe the first one could be Berlin, because then the comments can just start coming and...
Okay, so let's start Berlin first. So what we'll do is, we'll just zoom in here. We'll just zoom. This is in Slovene, by the way, everyone who's wondering, like, aren't they from Germany and they speak English? But what is this language? Yeah, we're originally Slovene. So we have these 3 languages in our head, and sometimes it's quite messy. Okay, so I will take this person here and I'll throw it somewhere in Berlin.
Okay, probably it's going to be somewhere between the streets, right?
Yeah, I have no idea where it's going to land. This is the beauty of it. Boom! Wow, oof. What is this?
Yeah, an easy job to do. Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's look around though. Let's look. Okay. All right. Oh, this is the okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's pick a view that we can handle, right? So a good exercise with the thumbnail sketches is also like picking a view that you can handle, right? So if we looked at this church from bottom up, it would be pretty hard to draw. So like, let's start with an easy one.
Yeah, the thing is also when drawing architecture, especially a very distinct architecture, we tend to focus on details. And since we're today focusing on the forms and just technique with less lines, maybe that's not the best motive to pick. Yeah, that's also the thing we can say.
Okay. So,
Okay.
I will let you start. Everyone, you can start with Sonia. I will blend in the view as well, so we see it here on the right side, and it's also pretty small already. And meanwhile, I will look at the suggestions we got for the next one, and we'll keep asking you, you keep shouting, and let's walk around this beautiful world.
The louder you shout, the
more chance you
the
get.
more chance you get, to get your proposition drawn. Okay, so I'm gonna draw just the first 3 squares. Okay, so now we have this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think it's nicely framed. The question is if we should frame it or not. But I think so. What's very nice, and in contrast, we have this road. The road is very important and nicely depicted. It also gives us. It also divides the sketch or the photo into halves, and then we have these trees that we're gonna draw, and also the architecture. We can also add a frame if we want, but I would not start with that. Maybe for start we can just focus on the architecture. And of course, right now we need to focus, since the squares are so small, how do we divide everything? And I would first suggest the line that I can control is the street. So I will start with the street, and I will also leave out the urban furniture, the pillars and the lights and stuff like that. So let's just start.
That's the beauty of a thumbnail sketch, that you basically just catch the essence, right? It is meant to, to be like testing out the view. So the things you probably focus on are like the main elements. Sonia said, she will ignore all the, fine details. She's also using like, how do you call it, a marker, a felt tip pen, right? So it has a relatively thick nib, so we cannot even draw many details. So you focus on the elements, you focus on the composition, and you focus on the I guess contrast, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to focus on the composition, on how the road or the line is just dividing the page. And of course, then the green fields, for example, we have this. Actually, you have many things that are happening at the same time. So we also have some sort of perspective. So I'm gonna try to just consider that as well while adding the trees. So they are getting smaller and smaller. That's important. And then on the other side, we also have a few trees which are standing on this plaza or square.
This is the Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church. I don't know what is this. Is the square called Kaiser Wilhelm Square as well? Might be, probably.
Or maybe because this is Gedächtniskirche, maybe that's also the some sort of name.
Memorial Square.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been living here for 5 years, and it's a pretty famous touristic place, but
why would we learn that?
Why? If you probably know this, like your local place, wherever you live, you haven't been to all the touristic spots, right? I mean, we have been to this one, of course, but it's not like a thing you do, because you usually avoid then the spaces that the tourists overrun, at least in my experience. So you can tell me if this is the case for you. Is there like a museum in the town you live that you've never visited, but all the tourists go visit, or something like that? There's definitely a couple of those in Berlin. All right, this is looking pretty nice, Sonia.
Thank you. Okay, so what I did is first of all I draw in all the elements that I found were important for this frame, and then I started adding some details that can be still recognizable. So I tried to add some windows, and then of course added some What do you maybe know the name for these forms?
Archways,
Arch.
arches.
Arches. Yeah.
Arcades, arches. I think arches.
And then I also added some arches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So native speakers, do tell us. Arch, arcade, half circle. I think it's an arch.
Okay, and then the next thing that we can add, maybe we can just emphasize a circle or a two, just for the feeling
of this paving, right?
Of the paving, yeah.
Yeah, they went for a crazy paving here at this place. But actually, Sonia, this is interesting now because this church is really famous, right? You know, we're not drawing the church, but the church is on the right on the left side of us, and we interviewed a friend of ours, a professor of landscape architecture in Vancouver, called his name is Daniel Röhr, and his father painted the stained glass windows of this church, which is pretty amazing, and we didn't know that. And we interviewed him basically in front of this church. We had like a podcast. The video is also online. And he talked about the importance of drawing in design. But like the church was in the back, so this was a nice moment.
Okay, next one.
Next one. All right, people. So I will go back to the comments they threw in at us before. So and you will just say one that you like. We have Rotterdam Central Station. We have mountains. We have Romania, Salonta. We have Philippines, Rotterdam, Alps. Someone cannot shout. So Emily's shouting London. Giga is here. Hello, Giga. Mostar, Maria saying, okay, so Santiago. Okay, so which one jives right now?
I would go for Philippines.
You go for Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, Philippines is the next location.
And then the next one, probably, if I'm not sure, maybe someone needs to shout louder, but it was a while since I visited Rotterdam for the last time, so maybe Rotterdam.
So okay, so let's just go somewhere random in the Philippines, right?
Just drop it, you know.
Just drop it. Let's just drop it. Okay, so I have no idea where in the Philippines.
Take the human.
We've never been, so I'll take the human.
Take the puppet.
Wait for it. Let's go here. Let's make it big. Okay, so I'm taking the puppet, whatever it is, this yellow thingy, and I'm just gonna drop it somewhere here. Let's see what happens. Boom. All right, we are in the Philippines. We've invaded the personal space of a family in a cottage. But let's look around. Let's look around where we are. Wow,
so we
beautiful.
came with the bus.
Beautiful.
We came with the bus, and here was the bus stop, and we said, I'm feeling especially frisky today, so...
Okay, so which direction do we like? This is an important part of drawing small sketches, especially like to pick a view that it's going to be interesting, right? So to have some elements. So it's not just an empty field. I liked this one, I must say, but like, what do you say? You're going to be the one drawing.
Yeah. Our first impression would be water, right? Because water is always such an element of attraction, but here there's nothing very special surrounding it. We need to really...
What about like this?
Well, yeah, maybe if I do this, maybe I can then improvise the vegetation which is non-existent or beside the house. You know?
Well, you tell me. You just say stop.
Just go another circle. But I must say I like this one the most. Yeah.
Boom. Okay, we have our view. Sonia is going to start. Let's go.
Okay, again. So
random location in Philippines.
Let's think about what's here to draw or what is the most important thing. Before that, we did we imagined that we have some sort of focal element here on the first third. And now I think just because we can, I'm gonna try how it looks like if I put everything on the lower third.
Yeah, so what Sonia's talking about is the rule of thirds. If you've seen our video on composition, you probably know what it is. It's been one of our best videos. You know what? I will find it for you, and I will link it in the chat and then in the video description later. But yeah, the rule of thirds basically helps you. It's a simple rule where you divide your page vertically and horizontally into thirds, and it helps you position your elements in a way that it looks attractive and harmonious.
Sorry, I'm not drawing because I was waiting for Gasper to just switch the view for me so that I can see also.
Yeah, Sonia has to look on the screen. We have our computer here.
Yes.
Composition tips. Yeah, that was a good video. So, if you haven't before, definitely check out this video. It's about composition, and I think we packed a lot of information in there, and you'll definitely learn a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so
we have something that I don't know what it is. Some elements which are just not so interesting.
So check this out. La Galaxy Dave said, we look like Zala Kral and Gasper Santel from Slovenia. Galaxy, who is Zala Kral and Gasper Santel? We don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google this. Like, who is Zala Kral and Gasper Santel? Meanwhile, more suggestions are coming in, so it will definitely stay interesting.
Oh, let us know. Yeah. Okay, and again, let me just, because I'm using that kind of pen, I can also just manipulate things later on. This is so amazing. If I would be using a fine liner right now, that would not be possible at all.
Sonia, you know who those two are? I think they were singing on Slovenian, like Eurosong.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad we look that good.
But they really had like some sort of tension between them, right? When they were singing, I was just like, oh my god, this is just...
So everyone who has no idea what's going on, especially our friends in the States, in Europe we have this thing called the Eurosong, which is like a music song contest where all the European countries participate, plus Australia and Israel for some reason. But yeah, this is a big thing here. So every year you have this competition and every country enters with a song. And yeah, it's just, I think it just happened now or it's still happening. I don't know, this year it's online voting. But, you know, else it's like a big thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Eurovision, yes, love it, said Pam.
Yeah. It's quite a show.
It's quite a show.
Yeah.
You're missing out if you're not from the old country.
So maybe should we add a cloud or two? We should.
We definitely should. Clouds are like, they become your thing.
Yeah. Yes, they are my thing.
Yes, they are. They are your thing.
Okay, I think that's it.
All right, people. So now it's time again to shout out your suggestions. If you shouted it out already, just do it again. Like we said, be loud. All right, we have. I'm just gonna read a couple of the previous ones, but just shout out more ones. So we have Rotterdam Central Station and shouting again for the third time, I think. We have Borobudur Temple, Magelang, Indonesia. Mm-hmm. We have, what do we have? Castel in Banja Luka. We have Johannesburg in South Africa. We have Brazil, Japan, Africa, Brazil, shouting Dom Pedro again. So Sonia, what sparks your imagination?
Brazil.
Brazil. All right, people.
It's what comes as last. You know, the first 5 suggestions are crucial because they stick in your head.
You know, you'll get the hang of it, like how to suggest stuff to us. You just shout it a lot. Okay, so we got Brazil. So Dom Pedro said Brazil, and Dom, you know, I'll just drop it somewhere randomly, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we're going super random now. We call it Brasilia in Slovene, so just you know. And they even look, there are even like translated states, you know, in Slovene. So let's just go somewhere.
Okay.
Where do you like it, Sonia?
Drop it right there.
Dropping it right there. We have no idea where we'll land. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Wow, what a beautiful view.
But this is so typical if you're a tourist without a tourist guide, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's look around. And you just say stop when you like it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's the road, people. It's middle of nowhere, and we are lost tourists. So let's go.
Okay. Fun.
Do you ever do this? Like, this is one of my things, like my guilty pleasures, when I should be working. You know, when you... Some people I know...
What, Kasper? What?
Some people have, like, they open social media or they scroll through, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook, whatever is your thing right now. But I open Google Maps and I go to random places and then I imagine how it would be there.
Here's a summary from Twisted Sifter. Just copy and paste into Google Earth Maps and explore for yourself.
Sonia, did we just
Airplane
activate?
Boneyard, mysterious
Come
desert
on, stop it. We just activated.
You probably said Google or something.
I said Google Maps and it activated.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
Because if you say, hey, Google, and then something else, then it can activate and just continue.
Okay, this was fun. Never seen this before.
Yeah. I think it just wanted some attention, you know.
So, Dom Pedro, who said Brazil, is laughing probably because, you know, he was imagining like the most iconic, beautiful Brazilian scene, and we just landed somewhere on someone in the road of Franca Noves, something in Brazil. And Pamela likes this random Google map. He says same because it's kind of absurd where you land. And we also activated someone else's phone.
No!
Wow, this is hilarious. There must have been a phrase that I said.
Yeah, probably.
This is super.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, so there are some constructions around here, which means someone is getting a new house. Yes.
All right.
Okay, and there are also some group of trees.
So, for everyone, if you are enjoying this live stream with us and this thumbnail sketching, do give the video a like. And we appreciate it because it helps get the video, you know, out there to more people. So if you're watching it now, just gently click that like button, the thumbs up, not the thumbs down, the thumbs up. I mean, you can thumbs down. We accept constructive criticism, of course, and would love to get feedback from you.
Yeah, Gasper speaks so much all the time, even when he sleeps. Can you imagine that?
As much as I'm now?
Yeah.
Okay, from now on, I will stay silent and I'll let you speak.
No, it's fine. You should speak. But from time to time, I can also explain something, what I'm doing or what I'm drawing. And now is my moment. Now is my chance. Okay, so where are we? We're at the third sketch, and right now, so I emphasized here in this small sketch the trees. Again, the vegetation, which is all everywhere surrounding these walls. I thought that maybe it would be nice just to somehow frame them. And I will also add some more green. And I will try to just, instead of with the color, I will try to just do some shading or some lines to emphasize that as well.
So Sonia is nearing the end, people, so start shouting again, where should we go next?
And 3, 2, 1.
I really like this one that you did. I like how I noticed that you did, many of those you did the vegetation dark.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because if I squint with my eyes, these are the most dark points, and till now we always did elements that were the architecture was always very bright, so I didn't find it useful to make it dark and do a negative version. So that's why I decided to just emphasize the vegetation, just to get it every time to get some sort of frame. And this photo here is also, yeah, it has a lot of colors, but they are not so intense, and the most intense color to be seen, or the most contrasted one, is the vegetation.
Good one. I like the tactic. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, people have gone crazy, Sonia. Now let's see who is shouting most. So someone shouted like Mexico, I think 10 times. We have Istanbul from Zoe. We have Go Random Land. Japan says peace. Italy says Emily. Mexico says someone again. Rotterdam Central Station. Belgrade says Maria. Emilia Romana, Italy says Emily. Emily, Emilia Romana, is there a connection? Anyway, we have Singapore, Japan, South Africa, sakura trees in Japan, Salonta,
Go to
Chile.
Japan. Go to Japan.
Japan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We just missed the cherry blossom trees, right?
Okay, people. Japan it is.
We're going to Japan.
I think, peace. Like, you were thinking, like, now we're gonna have some nice cherry blossom trees.
but you're getting
some random place in Japan, like we just had in Brazil. So let's just go.
Okay.
So now, which island? So we have the big island, then we have the Kumamoto, we have Ryukyu.
Something small.
Something small and very intimate. Let's go here.
Yeah, something where the tourist.
Yokoshima Island.
Of course, as a true tourist, you rented a small canoe, and it broke down, and then you went to the shore.
Well, you got small canoe, middle of nowhere. There you go, some Japanese people. And it's basically, Sonia, just say stop now. You're in the middle of the forest.
This looks awesome.
Oh, this is cool.
Wow.
Whoa.
Probably this, but I want to see a 360 degrees view.
Yeah, like this.
Oh, wow.
This is crazy.
Beautiful.
Japan, you crazy.
Oh, wow.
Has anyone ever been to Japan? Is someone from Japan? There's some people.
Hello, family.
Yeah, the family is walking on this train tracks.
Yeah.
Insane. Okay, so which view sparked your interest?
I think if you go to the beginning, yeah, that one is awesome. And this is
you gotta go with this one, right?
Yeah, this is just perfect.
All right, abandoned train track in the middle of Japan, people. No sakura trees, but yeah, you don't get everything.
Wow, I mean, this is truly beautiful. Okay.
All right, so let's see. People said that I'll just scroll back a bit and may I read some comments?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Janet Smith said, "Thank you so very much for this great idea. Love your cards that I got in the mail too." By the way, if you don't know what Janet is talking about, she's referring to our Cardscapes, which are like tips on postcards. What are they actually? Anyways, I'll send you the link. We put our best drawing tips for perspective composition on postcards that you can then, send out to your friends, and they're called Cardscapes. And Janet apparently just got them in the mail. So we've got Zoe saying, "I was going to travel to Japan this year for the cherry blossom season." Oh, Zoe, yeah, sorry to hear that. Samiha, hi, nice to have you again. Well, when I go outside for plein air painting, this thumbnails takes a lot of time. How to stick to one and give it a shot in painting? Like how to know if it is right? Sonia, what would you say to that?
I would do it depends. So the first question is why is that such a struggle? Mm-hmm. So for example, if you use, it depends how fast sketcher are you. If you're a fast sketcher, then I think you can do 3 or 4 thumbnails and then just let it go and just go for it. And if you're a bit more slower, then of course it's also fine to just think about the basic principles, which are the composition. So go for the views which have or the thumbnails that have the most appealing composition, the rule of thirds, and the points of the focal points, the points that you can emphasize very good, and are not too complicated.
I would also say there's one great advantage to these thumbnails, and this is what you're just seeing here. So you basically have them one next to each other. And then even if you don't know, is this really the right composition? Your gut tells you when you see them. And you just go with the one that, sticks out most and feels the best. This is why it's really good to have them on one page, because with one glance you can compare them and you get drawn to one of them, and then you do that one. And if you're not fast enough, and they take too much time, make them smaller, right? Sonia has done them pretty big, so you can see what she's actually doing. But like when you do them for yourself, I think you even go smaller.
Yeah, sometimes they're, almost as big as my thumb,
They're really thumbnails. That's what they're called.
Yeah, because it's actually just for you. It's like the inner dialogue that you have with yourself.
Yeah,
that's the most important part.
All right, we have a nice comment from Zoe to our Cardscapes. So we don't send them out to friends. We keep them to ourselves and practice. At least this is what she does. Okay, I'm glad you like the Cardscapes, Zoe, and I'm glad you just kept them for yourself. Sometimes one just has to be a bit selfish, right? I also keep some stuff more for myself. Sometimes. Not the knowledge, though. We like to share basically everything we know. You know why? Because it's fun.
True. I think that's also the best way to progress is by sharing the things that you know. Because if you just hold it for yourself, you can't even have a talk, It's just like, you're there with your problem or with your excitement and you can't even share it. So what's the point?
Yeah. Okay, Sonia, so we're going to send out another heart here. Isidore says, super fun, and also sends us a donation. So you're going to get a heart. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Dori.
It's so nice to have you here every time. This is really, really nice. Yeah, by the way, for everyone who doesn't know, Isidore's my dad, so he really he watches all the live streams, and we're really grateful.
And since he's having so much fun, I hope he's sketching with us today.
Yeah, are you sketching with us at any point?
You can just confess. You can just write it in the comments.
You can.
Okay, so I think this one is also finished.
Oh yeah, I like it. I like how you did, the dark spot here that goes into the distance. I like that, and I like how you did some texture of the stream. All right, so people, time to start sending out suggestions.
Yeah. So before we had Japan. That's what we did. We had Brazil, we had Philippines, we had Berlin. Maybe we should do. There are a lot of shout-outs up there. Hong Kong, oh my God, it already started. Okay.
It started
2 times. But Peace already got his Japan. So maybe we should give someone else a chance. There's a Nepal I saw, California, Italy. It was a few times already, Italy. Oh, Italy is beautiful.
Lake Balaton. Oh, this is Hungary. Go back to Europe, maybe. Havana, Cuba, Portugal,
Ooh.
Gothenburg Harbor. I think that's where Lena is from. South Africa, Portugal, Kangaroo Land. I'm assuming this is Australia.
Do you have a suggestion? You can also give me something if you want.
Okay, then I'll give you one.
Yeah?
So let's see, people. So what do we like? Havana, Cuba, Lake Balaton, Portugal. Hey, Dom, we already also had Brazil, so I think I will go. Let's go. Can we go North Pole? Let's go Europe. Let's go Europe, people. Some people said Europe. Okay, I think I'm gonna go Italy.
Okay, go
I'm gonna
Italy.
go Italy. I like Italy. Oh, Sonia, I'm gonna go nice one.
Ooh.
Let's go Tuscany, people.
Yes.
Let's go Tuscany.
Please give me a hill. Give me a hill.
Sonia, this is gonna be random. Like you expect now something beautiful, and you'll get something random.
Yeah.
But
Don Padre, somewhere, something.
yeah, well, random Tuscany coming up. Whoa! All right. We just landed in like a yard of a villa. Okay, let's look around.
Yes, please.
Where are we? There's a parking lot.
Mm-hmm. So it's not like
So-
just a house. It's something. Okay, something more. We just ate a nice dinner.
Yeah. It's not the most impressive Tuscany view, I must admit.
Well,
Well,
maybe the house is the most. Yeah, I think the house is the most.
Yeah?
The most beautiful thing.
Tuscany villa?
Yeah.
Let's go with the Tuscany.
I mean, I would probably, if you turn around again, you would see that the acre fields are just very random.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to emphasize,
Yeah.
which is something, sometimes that's also nice, right?
Yeah.
If you're searching for something very harmonious. But today, since we're feeling a bit more
Yeah.
excited
Let's go.
to be traveling, villa.
All right. Boom. We have a Tuscan villa. Google is telling me that this is the villa called La Pietre Vive. And there are cooking classes by Nonna Ciana. So Nonna Ciana has cooking
Nonna
classes
Ciana.
there. And yeah, awesome. Nonna Ciana. We've been to Tuscany for sketching trips, I think like 2-3 times with Sonia, because it was quite near to Slovenia, where we lived, where we come from, and it's just stunning, and the food is good. So
In Slovenia or in Tuscany?
actually, to be honest, I mean in Slovenia, obviously the food is good. Has anyone, okay, to those of you, has anyone ever been to Slovenia? Ever? You know, apart from a couple of Slovenians watching, has anyone else been to Slovenia? It's a beautiful, really sketchogenic place. But Tuscany has good food as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts with this thumbnail?
Okay, so again, there's even less to draw, in a sense of I'm trying to limit myself with drawing architecture, because I tend, when I see something that I focus on, I tend to overreact and I try to do as much as possible, but actually that's, in my opinion, sometimes also like a recipe for disaster. So that's why I decided I'm gonna go with outlines. I created the road first and then started adding architecture here, and then I'm gonna draw the trees and just started creating verticals. And with that, I'm gonna feel this paper. And this time, I'm not going to try to overdo it with black and white. I'm just gonna see if I can play maybe around with some textures. Okay, so let's do it.
Okay, so meanwhile, we have people have been to Slovenia, actually.
Actually.
Yeah. Some have not and hope to go someday. So near Koper, I've been there. Never been. Any recommendations to where to go in Slovenia? Nefretnine. I hope I said it right. My family's from Slovenia, but I haven't been yet. So yeah, definitely, Emily. There we have suggestions to where to go. There's so many places. And what would be like your number one place, Sonia, that we should go to in Slovenia, or they should go visit?
Bohin Lake would be my first one.
Lake.
Yeah.
Bohin Lake. What about dropping there to draw?
Ooh.
What about that?
Ooh.
Huh?
Yeah.
Alright, people. So we'll do a small intermission where we're just gonna decide one location.
Because
I'm here at the computer.
Yeah.
And I can. But we appreciate your suggestions a lot, and we're gonna continue with the suggestions.
But for this moment, you're gonna be like, this is how we're gonna play.
Well, but we're gonna do one Bohin one, so you see where this is. and you will have fun drawing it. I promise you. And then we can also go and speed up the tempo. Maybe we switch places and we try to squeeze as many as possible and see how that goes. Because right now we have been giving you, time to draw these thumbnails, and the idea is to get as faster and faster. So yeah, get ready. If you've been now comfortable with the speed, then get ready to challenge yourself. If it was already pretty fast, then yeah, it's gonna get even faster.
Okay,
Alright.
I think I'm also done.
All right.
With this one, so
Now we are going to fly to Slovenia and to Bohin. And this is going to be funny because I might just again pick a totally random view, but now I know.
At least go to Bohin Lake.
Yeah.
And then drop it somewhere.
So Bohin is a place in the Alps, right? And it's a very, I would say, it's a very a bit mysterious place. It's a lake at the end of a valley, and I will try to pick a view that is nice right now because I think I've been there several times and I think I can nail the view. So I will be. Let's just go here. Let's see what happens.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Okay, so welcome to the Alpine Slovenia. All right, almost. But Sonia, let's take a step on this road towards here.
Yes, please, let's do it.
Still.
Maybe another one. My God, maybe another one.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
boom.
okay, yes.
There you go.
My God.
So, people, this is Bohin. This is where we suggest you go. It's a beautiful. This is a village, and this is the lake, Alpine Lake, at the end of this valley. So I'm assuming you're going to draw this one,
yes. Right? Do you also see unicorns flying in the air?
We haven't been to this place for so long.
Oh.
All right. So let's dive into the drawing process. And so we have TRV says, I've been to Bled, and Marcus, good choice. Bohin is less touristy and even more idyllic than Bled. Bled is basically the most famous and touristic place in Slovenia, and people are saying beautiful. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the sketch of this idyllic place, and I hope you maybe get a chance to visit one day.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. We are not sponsored by the Tourist Association of Slovenia, but we should be.
We should. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so I started with the bridge because that's one of the most recognizable elements, and that also gives me the direction where I want to position the church. And now I'm gonna start just adding some points with which I'm gonna create the church with the tower, like this somewhere. Okay, and then surrounding there will be a lot of vegetation. Okay, so let's do it.
So you've basically followed the recipe of doing the vegetation dark. Obviously, because if you have just two, you just have black and white, you have to use a lot of contrast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can also use textures, which I usually do. But since this pen is so thick, this marker almost, it's a bit harder to do, right?
So you're basically, this is interesting how a tool actually defines your style.
Defines your style.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. But that's fine, because I think this is also how you challenge yourself from time to time. That also gives you new ideas.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm interested. What tool are you drawing with right now? Is it like a thin pen? Is it maybe a pencil? Are you doing it with a marker, like something thicker? Or is it something completely different? I'd be interested what you picked for today's tool, and I'm also very interested to see the results, which you can of course post in the Facebook group. For those of you who don't know it yet, we have a Facebook group called Linescapers, and in that group you can share your work, and it's an amazing community, I must say. I really enjoy looking into it. So you can take your phone, take a snapshot of what you have been doing, and share it with us.
Okay.
Yeah? All right, so I am pasting now the Facebook group where you can share it. And we've got people saying that they are drawing with colored pencils, a pencil. Zoe's using a fountain pen. How's that going, Zoe? I was trying to sketch with a fountain pen today when I had a break at work, and it didn't go well. But I also haven't mastered the fountain pen yet. Emily has a pen by Pentel, and is drawing with a pencil, a 0.5 pen by Maria, a thin pen by someone, and ballpoint pen by Peace.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting stuff.
Okay, so I finished my small thumbnail.
So now is time for you to start shouting again. Now we will switch places, and we will increase the tempo of drawing. So get ready. By, if you feel like, you can also make your frames smaller. This will enable us to draw faster, because I want to squeeze 6, like the way you did, into like 10 minutes or 5 minutes something.
Okay,
10
so
minutes.
you think you would like divide one?
Let's divide them.
Yeah?
Let's divide them. All right.
Okay. So just to a small shout out what I did here before we switch to Gaspar.
Oh wow, this turned out amazing.
What I try to emphasize here, I started with a bridge because I wanted to give this church a direction. The perspective, this is the best thing, because you know it's a perspective that's important for you, but even if it's not fitting yet, that's something you're going to develop in next stages. But I also try to somehow guide the eye into direction of the church. So I added all the directions with which I created some sort of tension here, because this is also something that I wanted to emphasize, and that's the church. And then I also added some texture for the water, which is also very important.
I think this one turned out amazing. I really love how the composition works, how the contrast works, how you have a focal point.
Thank you.
Really beautiful. I love it.
Thank you very much. Okay, so should we switch?
Let's switch.
Okay.
Okay, so stretch your arms and your hands. I will be dividing these.
Okay, so once again, we're searching for the places to draw. So Gaspar already started to divide his pages, and I suggest you do the same. Do it in half. So if you draw 9 squares before, divide them on half, as Gaspar did, so that you can, in next step, draw even faster with even less lines and try to be even more abstract. This will force you to just pay attention to details that are most important to us. Of course, we have Gaspar to guide you through this process. You can always see what Gaspar is doing. But I sense that if we're going to do it in the next 10 minutes, that means that we have, per sketch, we have approximately 1 minute and 20 seconds or so. So that leaves us with not enough time. So be ready and start shouting out the locations for Gaspar to draw. That's the most important thing right now. Maybe before we get some comments or some suggestions, we can already start with drawing the elements or the locations that we have till now.
All right. I also wrote down what the locations are. that we already drawn, and I will zoom out now so you have a good starting point. All right.
Okay, so we have Belgium. Ooh, Belgium.
Belgian chocolate.
Belgian chocolate. Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta. South Africa. Salonta, Indonesia. Portugal. Castell. It looks nice. Or a bridge in Mostar. What do you think, Asper? Hong Kong. Maybe Hong Kong this time?
I would go to let's jump away from Europe. Let's go to Indonesia. Let's go to Indonesia. And let's go some places we haven't been yet.
Okay. So, this looks nice.
Yeah. All right. Just drop me somewhere.
Okay.
Let's do this game again. Let's drop it like it's hot.
Here.
Boom.
I think you're on
Oh my
Bali.
God.
Kalinking Beach.
Wow. People.
Oh,
Indonesia.
vacation, adventure, traveling. Okay, so I think this is what you prefer, right?
Yeah, let's go. Indonesia. This is going to be the first of 6 we're going to do. So people, I have divided this squares now into vertical squares. So I will have to look for a section of the view that is going to look well vertically. And Sonia already talked about, picking a view. So now let's see, I will, try to pick like a vertical. Yeah, leave this one. Or maybe look left a bit. Yeah, give me this one. Yeah, this is
this
good.
one.
Yeah, a bit more. Turn it so it's central. With the cliff is central. Other way. Yes, perfect. Okay, let's do it fast. This is a simple view, to be honest. You don't have many details. You have just a couple of lines. So let's switch to the drawing process and look at what we can do real fast.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Do you need something more?
Yeah. Maybe show them the paper as well. Okay. So, look, I'll just do the outline here because I just want to get this forms done. So we have this cliff in the back, then we have the cliff a bit closer, then we have these trees that we see here, and then really up close maybe we have another tree. Then we have the line of the horizon coming here, and then the beach.
Are you making fun of me?
No, why?
With the beach?
We have the beach. The beach. We have a problem talking about
really
the beaches.
Do we really have a problem?
We don't have a problem. Just one of those words. Okay, so now what I will do, we have different layers of landscape here. So I will, try to switch between dark and light layers. So basically I just want to do it like this, and then maybe have this cliff marked a bit, so yeah, like that. Alright, and now the question is how to do the water. I think for this thumbnail sketch I'll just do some kind of water texture, so we know it's water, and this is a beach, and this is it. This is it, Indonesia.
Beautiful. Would you also add some texture for the sand, or?
Yeah, this is a good idea. So we can differentiate it from this trees, right? Let's do the sand texture for the beach.
Beautiful, like the beach.
Or a good book.
Or yeah.
Or the beach.
Okay, so this is finished. So we have still some suggestions from before.
Hit me.
You have Budapest, Hong Kong, Lithuania, Jamaica, Lithuania again, maybe?
Okay, let's
Bali.
Let's go Jamaica.
We're on Bali right now.
We've just been Indonesia now, so let's go Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Jamaica, man.
Okay.
Have we been to any of these places? You know, we've only been to Tuscany, Slovenia, and Berlin. We haven't done any overseas traveling, like, oh, you know, not really. Oh wow, another waterscape. Oh wow, nice.
Wow.
Okay. All right, maybe you can show them the bigger scale.
Okay, sorry. I'm getting used to it. Oh.
So, I like this suggestion. Which direction do you think, Sonia, we should do?
It depends. What would you like to focus on? So I think this coast is very interesting. So it has very specific stone. There are some waves, and I think this is pretty beautiful. Or what I also liked, I don't know why, is this some sort of combination of built structures, architecture, trees, and then
The coast.
the coast.
Let's go with this one. I like it.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
As a landscape architect, maybe that's something.
Okay, so I'm gonna have I just have a vertical section of this, so I cannot do everything, but okay, let's just do the most important elements. So we have the house up there. Then we have, you know, something like this is basically like an outdoor grill area. The terrace, and then we're gonna have some trees on this slope, and here is the coast, and then this terrace ends in like some rocks here. Okay, so what I think I'll just do the trees real dark, because they are, I must admit I do the same technique Sonia does. I just usually do the vegetation as the darkest point.
Okay, we have here some interesting suggestions. We have Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan.
A lot of stan.
Stan, yeah. Lots of it. We still have Lithuania, Budapest, Belgium. Quite interesting.
All right.
Portugal, South Africa. And you're basically done, Gasper.
I am basically done. How are you doing, everyone? Is it like, are you keeping up with the pace? Because if you're not, just go smaller. Just reduce until you have a way to do it really super fast.
And we're gonna, so that we also keep you on your toes, we're gonna give you 10 additional seconds to finish this one. So try to push through. Sometimes I'm trying to push Gasper, and sometimes I'm trying to motivate you also a bit more. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, we need to continue. Okay, Gasper, so next location, what would you like to draw?
Okay, let's go with that Lithuania. We've heard it several times right now, so we go to Lithuania. We still have 4 to go. So after that one, 3 more.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Lithuania.
So let's show them big, maybe.
Sorry.
So it's called Litva in Slovene.
Oh, okay, let's zoom in a bit more. Okay. Is one specific place calling to you, or can I just drop it like it's hot?
Drop it like it's hot.
Okay. Let's go somewhere here.
Well, you know.
Well, the bus was here, and this is what we got.
Exciting.
This is the time for that peaceful, harmonious sketch,
Yeah.
you know, which is very flat and with just a few trees, but that's okay.
But I like the view the other direction. This is also a good practice in picking views. So if you notice, we always maybe like that, and even more to the right, even a bit more. Yes. So maybe you notice that we try to pick views that have some elements at least, right? Because this gives you a bit of things to play with, to work with.
Okay, and Gasper?
Let's go, people. Just try to keep up and do it smaller if necessary.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a couple of elements. First of all, I will say I'll just start with the road here, some horizon, and then we have the road. So this is the main element. Then we have this electricity pole here. So this is like the second element. And then we have some houses in the back that you can see and some trees. And then even this electricity lines I would add, because they add some nice composition. So we have this bunch of trees, we have the road, basically you just see the trees now. And here in front we have some grass growing. So we'll add some grass texture. And maybe some gravel. And this is it. Lithuania, everyone.
This is it. Beautiful.
All right. So
peaceful. It looks very, very, peaceful.
Yeah. I actually abstracted it to the most essential elements, I would say, and this helped me finish it in as fast as possible.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right.
Okay, so dear landscapers, you get additional 10 seconds to finish this. You're gonna hear the sound. And meanwhile, Gasper, what would you like to draw next? We have Dubai, we have Nepal, we have California. Nepal next. Here is again the comment. Do you think? I
would say you pick one now for me.
Then I will say Nepal.
Okay, let's go Nepal, everyone. It has been quite a journey. We've been to not all continents yet. Or we might have to visit all continents, Sonia.
That would be correct, right?
Yeah.
That would be the right way to do it.
So we're like missing the last two should be in Africa and Australia.
Okay, let's see if we can get any pictures here. So here we don't have so much so much to choose from.
Not a lot of street view.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna put us somewhere around Kathmandu.
All right, let's see it big. Okay, so Nepal.
This is what we're seeing here.
All right, so you put us on a river dam.
Wow. Well, certainly something that is interesting, right? That's something that you would probably like to see someday.
I bet the person who wanted Nepal wanted this dam. Who sent us to Nepal?
Yeah. Okay, so
this is quite a hard one to pick. So let's go slowly, maybe one more round.
I will probably pick something like this.
Yeah.
Because you have different directions, you have different kinds of surfaces.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's a nice surface, it's very clear, it mirrors everything in the water, but still
not much going on.
It's nothing to be very excited about in a sense of perception, what you see, what you experience.
And this is a very important point when drawing landscapes, which we basically are now, because Google Street View, usually we get like some urban spaces with mostly landscapes, is to pick a view that has something to draw. So it's not just like a forest, basically nothing, just trees. You have to try to identify a focal point. So let's go with what Sonia suggested, I think. If I have this line of the dam, I can maybe have, I can direct the view towards this bare slope, and then I have some trees in the back. So I think, let's go with this one. It fits to our vertical. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Gasper, and you can start.
Yeah, so if you have a path in the landscape that you can draw, it's a good idea to draw the path. In this case we have this dam structure. But yeah, a path is usually we look for paths, right, Sonia?
Mm-hmm. Because that's also a good guideline as well for our eye. I think we also spoke before about the visual story that you can create by adding and positioning elements in the right way, and this is also something that's there. That's why you're always searching for elements that can tell you a bit more of the story. Usually some road guides you to the village or to the city or suburbia or somewhere, or a chapel, or maybe to the edge of the forest or something. So that's why you're always trying to, that's why roads and paths are usually very important parts of drawings, and you need to think about how to position them so that it looks nice and well. Yeah, so it's nice to paint, very interesting. Zoe, yoo-hoo, I could keep up. Peaceful is very nice. That's the comment on our sketch before that. So it's very, very... Oh, and you're already finished.
I'm done.
You're done.
So let's just say a few words about this. I did exactly what Sonia said. I used this. Basically the top of the dam as a road to direct the view into a certain direction, and I abstracted the trees really strongly, just in like a dark area here. You know, maybe showing a bit their conifer trees. But this is it. I abstracted it down to these basic visual elements, and something like that would help me then later decide if this is the right view to pick and do bigger.
Yeah, I think you also explained it very, very nicely. And this is also a very good suggestion also, just to start small and then to stretch it out and go big with your sketch. And you probably heard the ring bell right now, so we're moving to the next location.
So does anyone have a suggestion for a place in Africa and in Australia?
We had South Africa before. That was like...
Let's go with South Africa.
A main...
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's nice. We can do that. I've never been before, but...
We've never been. Yeah. So, just to get all the continents in. Okay, we missed Antarctica, but... Oh, we haven't been... Have we been to North America? We haven't been to North America.
No.
Okay, this is true. We haven't been to all... We have been to the Americas. So...
Okay. So...
Oh, wow.
Should I just...
Drop it like it's hot?
Yeah?
You should.
Okay, I dropped it. So... That's the best.
Well, it's a flower.
Oh, wow.
How did we land in this hole?
I mean...
Oh.
A stream. Okay, now I know why. Okay.
Okay. How did the Google Street View get over here?
Good question. Memorial Park. So it looks like it's some sort of a national park.
Mm-hmm.
And Gaspar, what would you like to draw?
I like this one. I like basically the stream. I have my vertical format, so stream is a good way. And then I will try to depict the tree on the right side over the stream. So this is like, once again, you noticed I picked an element that goes into the background, like a road would go, in this case a stream. This is a good idea because it will give us depth in the drawing. So
it's also very nice that we have a totally natural motif. So here there's nothing that's constructed, and I think this is also like a nice challenge. Because we're working basically almost with just monochromatic colors, or just with one color, which is green. Of course, we have some blue, but those tones are all mixed basically with green. Also the brown and okay.
Let's do it. So people, I would suggest focus on that stream, maybe that one rock. It's a nice element, and the tree on the right side above the stream.
Okay, so you can start.
All right. So let's say we had this rock here.
Okay, how about New Zealand instead of Australia?
We could go with New Zealand.
Yeah.
It is.
Who's for New Zealand? Tell us. For those who are not sketching along. Yeah, Google Street View is magic. I must say, I'm also a bit surprised what we came up with. It's also a beautiful challenge, just to follow along and look at what occurs here. Okay, New Zealand, New Zealand. I want to visit New Zealand. Yes, we want to visit New Zealand as well. And I think after all this social distancing and when everything is back to normal, we're all gonna want to travel. And the destinations that you suggested are probably also the destinations that you would like to visit, right? So this is also very, very nice. Where would you like to go, Gasper, if you would
if I could
have
go
the chance? Yeah.
anywhere?
Yeah.
Oh,
To travel?
well, I've. This is a good question, because we had so many plans. Like before, we wanted to go to the Azores, right? Portugal. We were thinking about that, the islands in the Atlantic. I think this would be nice. But apart from that, I don't know. I was just talking about today, like how I'm looking forward to go to the United States at one point. We've been before, but just to New York City. It would be nice to go around, but Southeast Asia is something. How about you?
Yeah. I think I would for sure. I mean, I have my own classics, the classics that I visited before. So I would love to go to Scotland again and Norway. I would love to go to Japan and South Korea. Then, where else? Somewhere warm, maybe Portugal or some islands. I never visited like a small island before. Well, I was in Dalmatia, but that's very near to us. Yeah. So, okay. Are you done?
I am done.
Okay.
So I did the stones here. I left them
Wow,
blank. I
I
did the
love it.
stream with a little bit of texture, and I left it like bright, so it is the bright spot. And then the banks have this texture, and the tree and this shrubs in the back are like the darkest point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the tree in the background with that background black, it gives some sort of interesting frame. You get the feeling that it's very in the background, which is very nice. So for everyone who's still drawing, you get an additional 10 seconds.
So maybe before we jump to the last one, what is happening in the next days?
So in the next days, Feedback Friday is happening. So that's what's following. That's where we correct all your sketches. We give you feedback on your sketches, and you can send us your sketches via Instagram or our Facebook group, Linescapers. Then on Saturday, we're gonna let you vote on the topic in our Facebook group again. And then on Monday, we're gonna have a Creative Monday.
We're basically talking about this Creative Monday and also some other formats. We're working on it. It's like very early to say, but we're working on that to get some guests in. To some experts in creativity, experts in drawing other styles, to talk with them and to show also their exercises. So you can tell us already, would you be interested in that?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you're still following along. We have just one more left.
One last one.
The last one that we're gonna draw. And Gasper, would you like to pick something you prefer, or should we just...
Actually, I would go with the community wishes.
Community wishes are
Yes.
different. We have a few wishes
Yeah.
for New Zealand.
Oh, let's go New Zealand.
Yeah? Okay. Then let's go for New Zealand.
Let's go for New Zealand. Let's go for... I've heard many beautiful things about New Zealand. It's apparently like a very diverse island or islands. I mean, country. It's a country. Several islands. And you see the Slovene description of it. Nova Zelandia. There you go. So
which island would you like?
South Island looks more mountainous. I like mountains. Haven't drawn any mountains today.
The big one or the small one?
The big one.
The big one. Okay, so we had a lot of water, so let's see if we can get some mountains.
Beautiful.
Oh wow!
Wow, what is it? This is definitely. This is a jungle. This one is gonna be hard, man.
Gasper, for you, ha! No problem.
Okay, first of all, I'm pretty impressed by the forest here because it's a kind of forest I'm not used to.
I mean, what kind of do you notice this shade of green? How deep it is?
Yeah.
It's wow. This is so calming.
As if there was already an Instagram filter laid over it.
Yeah. Okay.
So you know what to do, right? When in doubt, pick a path. A path will help you structure your image. So I think let's go for the path, right? Let's see the direction. Oh, I think this one is better.
This one is better because it has like a light point here.
Yeah, and it has a tree stump. You know, maybe I could do something with the tree stump. There are some ferns in the foreground.
Yeah, and you also have, look, these ferns here have like a clear line. They give you a really nice guidance as well. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do with that, everyone. So focus on essential, rather do less than more. And okay, let me see what I can get out of New Zealand forest. So up front, I will do some ferns, so we get some character here and then there's this ferns, and then there's going to be this tree stump that we're going to highlight here, and then there's this path goes like this, right? And then there's this another tree trunk. I think we can highlight that one, and then there's this fern, basically fern carpet, and then some more tree trunks in the back. So you might have noticed that sometimes, I don't know, I think Sonia draws more structurally, or I don't know, you can tell me, Sonia, but I sometimes don't start with the most obvious element, but I think I should, for example, like with a path or something.
I think that's not necessary. I try to. Everyone has their own ways how to deal. I think it's also, for example, we did an exercise where we said, okay, we're gonna draw a flower, but we're gonna focus on negative space. So basically, I'm using this technique usually to draw because for me that's one of the most obvious one.
Drawing on, focusing on a negative space?
Yeah. This is how I start. I always try to just depict the surfaces and always, of course, think about the focal point that I'm trying to create, or just create the lines that guide me in that direction. But you can do whatever you want. I mean, the cardscapes that we did, I think they are also, a bit different. So, and I also noticed that the things that I learned 2 years ago and were functioning well for me 2 years ago, it's not necessary that it's the same today. So this changes a lot. And what I want to say with that is that you shouldn't just, I think that's fine the way you do it as well. Because everyone has their own styles, and that's the beauty of it. That's why you go to urban sketchers meeting and then you just let yourself get inspired by all those beautiful creators and beautiful art. And what Gasper just did is also very beautiful. So we have the frame, and the nice thing is that you can always reach out of this frame and just break the rule and just emphasize something that's very important. And this vegetation would not be so recognizable if Kasper wouldn't reach out of the frame and just stretch it out a bit more. You wouldn't understand what it is. So that's also one nice thing that Kasper did. So for all of you who are still sketching, I will give you additional 10 seconds. And your start time already started. Sorry, I'm speaking so slow that the time is almost over now. You see? There
right.
it goes.
So yeah, what I just did here is basically I, left the path again, like with the stream. I left it the lightest element, and then I did the vegetation darker. To be honest, this was, if I'm looking back now, this is kind of the thing I always did. The path is lighter, and then the other stuff is darker around it. So. And then in the back, I emphasized some of the tree stump, like I said, and this fern here. So I'm missing also some dark spot on the left side. So let's maybe do like another fern here. Sometimes you just see that something dark is missing to get it more balanced. So yeah, there you go.
Very nice.
Nice small composition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have here a suggestion. Maybe do one more.
I think we'll
are
wrap
you
up.
tired? Yeah, I think we are both a bit tired.
But it was really fun doing this. How did you feel about it?
I'm always impressed how good this exercise works. So this reminded me that I'm gonna go sketching tomorrow or at weekend for sure in the weekend, and I'm gonna do a few thumbnails because this is such a great start or just the beginning of your sketching routine. If you do something like this, you will always know what you're drawing. It's not going to be just spontaneously beautiful painting or drawing that you created. It's gonna be intentional. And that's the most beautiful part. If you're drawing, let's try to use everything what we have to accomplish as much as possible. Let's give ourselves advantage, even if you're not so skilled yet, to at least, push yourself into the right direction so that everything speaks for us and supports our expression.
Very nicely said.
Yeah.
Love it. I would be also interested if you liked this idea of traveling around the globe. Is it something that we should maybe do again? Because I know so many of you had so many ideas and wishes, and I'd love to visit the Central Station in Amsterdam. So maybe tell us if this is something that we could do again. Also, gladly, if you're watching this on replay, leave us a comment.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear some feedback from you. It's always great to get feedback. And to wrap it up, we have like one interesting announcement, like one really
fresh one.
One fresh one that we're really glad and amazed by.
Yes, and this is today in the afternoon, approximately at 12 o'clock, we reached 30,000 subscribers on YouTube.
We reached 30,000, so wow, this is quite surreal for us. And a big thank you to all of you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe we can send you a heart for that.
For sure. This is just for you.
Yeah, thanks for the support, everyone. Thanks for sticking through with us, giving us feedback, giving us suggestions to how to get better, and also encouraging us to keep doing what we do. Because we enjoy doing it, but we put all of this on YouTube and online because we believe we can help others, and because we get this beautiful feedback from you.
Yeah. It really sparks our joy and inspiration, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is also what I already wrote in our Facebook group, but it is the way it is. I mean, let's pour ourselves a glass of pure wine. as we would say in Slovenia. Yeah, I mean, this is beautiful. We love the community. We love that you support us. We love that we can give you something, a bigger value, and that you can grow with us. So thank you for sticking with us and supporting us. And we promise we're going to continue to do the amazing job that we do.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone. See you next time. Friday it is. And take a snapshot of some of your work. You can also submit your thumbnails, or one of them, or several of them, if you want to, for Friday's feedback round. And yeah, hope you have a nice day.
So, till next time, keep on drawing.
And stay creative.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.